633-17.
We're back at it. Hello, TV family. Good to see you. We have returned. We are full of vim and vigor. It is the 13th day of September 2023. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, your host, and my calendar tells me it's Wednesday. Winning Wednesday, as performed by Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Diana Ross. And there's a quick little view of the Wenatchee Heights area. I don't know why that popped up there. Winning Wednesday is back. We haven't had it for a couple of weeks. Just sometimes these things happen. But once again, Pybus Public Market, where community meets, will take center stage. And specifically, Mike McKee, my good buddy, known Mike for years. Mike's Meats, one of the cornerstone businesses that set up shop when Pybus set up shop over a decade ago. They've been there since day one, and we have a $50 gift card from Mike's Meats at the Pybus Public Market to give away. You're going to meet Mike McKee if you haven't, and the guy who supplies his high-quality beef. That's the one thing everybody notices about Mike's Meats. It's good stuff. It is the very, if you're into eating the beef, baby, and the chicken and whatever the heck it is that you choose to consume meat-wise, he's always got the best stuff. And we're also going to meet the guy who supplies Mike McKee with the great food. $50 gift card from Mike's Meats at the Pybus Public Market. Give me an email. This is an email contest. You know that. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. Get in your emails. There are some rules, of course. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their media families are not eligible. Sorry, KC. And if you don't enter, you can't win. If you don't enter the contest, you're immediately disqualified from winning. You want a $50 gift card from Mike's Meats? Send me an email, and if you have more than one, something flew by my camera. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter continuously on the same email address. We keep track of these things. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on today. And again, it's a $50 gift card from Mike's Meats. You're going to meet Mike, by the way, in our interview segment in the back half of the program. We're also going to catch up with James Pumphrey from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society because their big fundraiser, the Poskers, is coming up on Saturday, September 23rd. So anyway, winner at ncwlife.com. Very pleasant morning, very nice, 60 degrees, sunshine, beautiful weather. High pressure is large, in charge, and it's here. It's going to stick around right through the entire weekend, right into Sunday, and then a pretty significant change coming our way on Monday. That's down the road, but for the next 5 days, it's looking good. It's going to be a friendly reminder. We still got summertime to set a record high on Saturday, as a matter of fact. A forecast I think you're going to like is coming up. A lot of news, a lot of sports. The Mariners finally won in a big way, and Houston lost. So it was a good night for you Mariner fans, and the Wenatchee High School girls volleyball team is good. And they proved that last night against their rivals, the East Mile Wildcats. Highlights of that broadcast that we had for you. We got a lot going on. It was a busy day. Usually Wednesdays ain't much, but not today. Busy day today. Let's do it. Let's start our tour going. Let's begin, of course, with the Wenatchee Heights camera. Beautiful view of the Columbia River. The sun is bathing up on Birch Mountain there in Omea Gardens. This is a good time of the year to visit Omea. It's always a good time of the year to visit Omea Gardens, but this is the time of year where we start making that transition from summertime to autumn. That some of our views are really spectacular. The shadows get a little bit sharper because of the angle of the sun. My favorite time of the year is about mid-September to about mid-October. And we do have 9 days of summer still to go, and you're going to find that out when we get to the forecast. Let's head on up to Hay Canyon. Hay Canyon, how are you? There it is, of course, named after the one of the founders of the Kashmir area, Jerry Canyon. That's on top of Hay Canyon, looking right back towards the Wenatchee Valley. Good morning, Kashmir. I hope your September 11th observances on Monday went well. They always do. It's a great memorial there. Lower Butte, we'll say good morning to Chelan. Hello, Chelan. There's the Three Fingers. You can see the marina there as well. This is starting to get the quiet time now for Chelan. They're through the Labor Day weekend, but the weather's going to be so nice. It's going to be hopping up there this weekend as well. Beautiful view of the Lower Butte camera. looking down towards Chelan proper and finally up to Jump Off Ridge. And this is one of those views I was talking about. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Very little haze, lots of sunshine. All of East Wenatchee, the East Wenatchee Bench, and right on top to the very tip top of Badger Mountain, almost all of the Malaga area, the Stamilt Basin. Stunning view from Jump Off Ridge. Did I mention we're in for some summertime weather? Well, it's still summertime. How about 81 today? Would you go for that? We hit 80 yesterday. We'll be a degree or two warmer than that. Our normal high is 78. This is one of the reasons I really like this time of the year. Sunny and mild, sometimes downright warm in the afternoon, but we still have that little bit of bite in the air in the overnight hours. We go up 3 degrees on Thursday, and then an additional 3 degrees on Friday. The record high on Saturday, September 16th, is 92 degrees. And that was set back in 1981, so we're going to be right at that record high on Saturday, if not above it, close to a record high on Sunday, and then things will begin to change. On Monday, the weather pattern is going to shift, cooler temperatures, breezy, maybe even a raindrop come Monday and Tuesday, but again, it is still summertime. The living is easy, the fish are jumping, the cotton is high, and you know where to go by there. 6 minutes after the hour on a winning Wednesday, going to take a break and we'll have the news in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now, during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV. #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands. Over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024. During the hot summer clearance sale, now only at Click It RV. 5 Superstore locations. Hurry in today.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Bienvenido al Centro de Resolución de Conflictos. Brindamos servicios a los condados de Grant y Adams, ayudando a empresas y personas a resolver problemas difíciles. Ofrecemos ayuda con conflictos de trabajo, problemas residenciales y asuntos familiares. Podemos capacitar a su personal en habilidades de prevención y resolución de conflictos. Llámenos al 509-237-3705 para obtener más información.
Sunshine for everybody. 61 degrees here in the big city. Lower 80s, mid 80s, upper 80s, 90s. On Saturday, it's a beautiful forecast. Get out and enjoy. And it's free. The weather is free. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A Chelan County public hearing was extended to next Tuesday. It was supposed to be yesterday. What happened? A ton of comments were submitted by the public, so they decided to move it to next week. Chelan County Commissioners were set to discuss an amendment relating to short-term rentals. That was supposed to be yesterday morning, but heavy interest in the agenda item led the county to postpone till next Tuesday. The extra time is going to allow commissioners to go through all the written comments ahead of that meeting. That comes after a network of residents encouraged attendance and comments at the meeting that was supposed to be held yesterday. The idea, they want to combat changes that they fear would loosen the short-term rental code. So commissioners will accept written testimony until 5 o'clock tomorrow, and public testimony will be heard at the meeting on September 19th. Drones are going to take flight this month out in the Columbia Basin. The Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife are going to survey pygmy rabbits over the next year. The department's going to fly drones over state and federally managed lands in Grant and Douglas counties. They may extend to privately owned lands. Of course, they all have to get permission from the owners. Flight timing depends on flight conditions and the presence of adequate snow. This method will help collect images in a safer, more efficient way to track pygmy rabbits than in the past. Washington's pygmy rabbits are protected under the U.S. Endangered Species Act as their small population faces threats including the loss and degradation of their habitat and, of course, wildfires. The city of Ephrata is among 61 jurisdictions that are going to be divvying up quite a bit of money, $220 million as a matter of fact, from the State Public Works Board. The idea, replace or refurbish their streets, their roads, their water systems, and their sewer lines. Ephrata got $3.95 million to improve one of their reservoirs, as well as its water delivery system. Other municipalities to receive funding around our area include the city of Okanagan. They're getting about $2 million for utility improvements. Mattawa gets $6.9 million to modernize their well system. And TWISP, they got $2.2 million to reconstruct downtown. Kids and families can explore the Wenatchee Valley's newest fire station out there in Rock Island. They can do it this Saturday. The fire station's been running since May 1st, but Wenatchee Valley Fire Department spokeswoman Mama Kay McKellar says it actually never got a formal open house to the public. Well, they're going to take care of that on Saturday. So kids, head on out to the Rock Island Fire Department on Saturday. You can take rides on the Mini Pumper fire vehicle. You can explore the nooks and the crannies. It's a 9,000 square foot facility and it's pretty cool. And you can check it out Saturday morning starting at 11 a.m. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington awarded a bunch of scholarships, most ever. To this date, over $1.3 million in scholarships going to 214 students across the region, with over 300 volunteers participating in scholarship committees to review and select who gets what. The foundation manages over 150 scholarships offered by individuals, families, and businesses. They can range from academic achievement to community involvement. Most scholarships support students with the greatest financial need. The next cycle, by the way, begins January 1st. The deadlines are on March 1st and on June 1st. And the director of coaching for Wenatchee FC Soccer Club, my good friend Neil Oyston, is in a new business. Congratulations, Neil. He's opened a juice bar in Mission Village here in the south end of town. It's called Fit Bar. They offer smoothies, acai bowls, lotus drinks, green tea refreshers, coffee. Oyston says he put a lot of thought into not just the menu items, but the atmosphere as well, so that customers can feel welcome and stay and hang around. Fit Bar recently partnered with the local delivery service app Dashing Drivers, so customers can also call ahead to the store for grab-and-go orders. For more information, visit their Facebook page. Congratulations to Neil, and best of luck. There's Neil. All right. That's the news at 13 minutes after the hour. And the news will come your way with Grant Olson and Eric Grandstrom at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. We think it's important that our viewers be informed about what's going on. And if you want to know about what's going on, watch the news. At 5, 6, and 10, if you can't watch it on television, it's available on our Facebook page, our homepage, and our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock every evening. And then if there's every weekday evening, I should say. And if there's anything out there that you think we need to know about, let us know about it. Best way to go about doing it, by the way, email us, news@ncwlife.com. All right, still to come, sports. The Mariners are off the schneid, yes. Plus the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays, an opinion from Mad Dog Munati. James Pumphrey from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society talks about their fundraiser coming up on Saturday the 23rd. And it's Winning Wednesday with Mike's Meats at the Pybus Public Market. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house, fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Quarter after the hour, a couple of hits, a 4-hit shutout by Brian Wu, and good work by the relievers. And by golly, you add all those things up, and it means 8 for Seattle, 0 for the Angels. Seattle began the 2-out RBI barrage in the first inning. They plated 3 runs on 2 outs. We'd like that. Then they added 4 more in the 4th to blow the game open. The big hit, J.P. Crawford.
Soft line drive, right center field. Julio's coming around to score. Teoscar flies to third, and Eugenio Suarez gets the Mariners on the board right away in the first inning. 1-0 Mariners. Out to left field. This is touching down for a base hit. Teoscar waltzes home and scores. Now the Mariners' 2-out run production continues here in the first inning. Ty France with a thumbs up.
Now here's Dylan Moore looking to do the same. Looking for a clutch base hit to drive in a run. Runners now at first and second. Swinging a line shot, left field line, stay fair. It is. Fair ball into the corner. Eugenio being waved in. There it goes. France the third. He's being waved in. The throw cut off. Relay to the plate. The slide by Ty. And he is out at home. What a relay by the shortstop, Neto, into the catcher, Ohapi.
2-1. Out to the gap. Right center field. It sends Phillips chasing after it. He can't make the catch. France is in. Dylan Moore pedals home. Haggerty is right behind him. And who else to clear him off? J.P. Crawford. He has doubled up the lead. It is 6-0 in the 4th inning. Jammed him into center. Crawford hits third. He's on his way home. Julio makes it a 7-0 Mariners lead. They're pouring it on in the 4th inning. High fly the opposite way. Back on the track at the wall. And does this hit over the railing? It is a home run. Number 20 for Eugenio Suarez. His 7th career 20-homer campaign. I think this clanked off of the railing beyond the yellow stripe and came back on the field. All you got to do is get it over the yellow line. We see you, Gino. To JP. Long throw. Ball game over. The Mariners win.
J.P. Crawford gets the praise from Scott Service. After all, he blew the game open with that huge double in the 4th.
Standing bounce back by our guys today, and I don't think anybody left here in a very good mood last night based on how things played out. But credit to this group. I say it all along. They are resilient. They bounce back. They have very short memories, and you need to in this game. And guys showed up today. Certainly a lot of key 2-out hits early, kind of get the ball rolling. JP, huge hit, kind of busted the game wide open there. But ton of credit to Brian Wu. And it'd been a few days. We skipped him in Tampa, trying to give him some extra rest, and it paid off tonight. I thought he was as sharp as we've seen him in quite a while. Really good fastball, and ton of credit to Cal Raleigh. I thought Cal did an awesome job recognizing what was going on early in the game and then sticking with it. And with Brian, you just got to lean on his stuff. And when he's in that mode of he's just attacking the strike zone and he just does not back off, he gets really good results.
Eugenio Suarez, 2 for 3, his 20th home run of the year, and he said he's trying to simplify his approach at the plate, and it seems to be working.
I mean, you just try to help the team. Me personally, I just try to not do much. Try to see a good pitch to hit him, put a ball in play, and that got him my first at bat. He threw a really good pitch, but I put my best swing on it, and I got that big hit and RBI 1, and then he came down in the count, and I was able to hit the homer. So it's very nice. You just gotta keep doing it like that thing does, and put the ball in play and see what happens after that.
So their 4-game losing streak is a done deal. With the win, Brian Wu struck out 8 over 5 2/3 innings. The Mariners trying to make it 2 in a row. It's a matinee afternoon at the ballpark. 1:10, going to be a beautiful day in the Emerald City on Root Sports. Northwest. Good news, Seattle and Texas both gaining ground on Houston. In the division, the Astros lost for the second straight game at home to Oakland. Wow. The Rangers beat Toronto 6-3. Texas trails the Astros by a game. The Mariners are a game and a half back. As far as the wild card is concerned, with Seattle's win and Texas topping Toronto, that means the M's and the Jays are now tied for the third and final American League wild card spot. Both Seattle and Toronto are 80-65, a half game behind Texas, who's 80-64. Yankees tied with Boston. My Yankees swept the Red Sox in a doubleheader yesterday. We are 7 games, and by we, I mean the Yankees. I'm a Yankee. There you go. We're 7 games back in the wild card chase. All right, Les Schwab Prep Girls Soccer scoreboard from last night. Moses Lake won their league opener in Big 9 play. Reese Prescott and Kenna Morrison scored for the Mavericks. They beat Ike 2-1. Ephrata and Grandview went to a shootout, and then the Tigers in overtime came out victorious 2-1. Prosser shut out Cascade 4-0. Kashmir topping Okanagan. In the Battle of the Bulldogs, Royal Blank Chelan and Brewster beat up on Bridgeport. Schedule today in soccer, Liberty Bell visits Omak at 4:30 and Wenatchee and Eastmont at Leib-Off Field at the Apple Bowl, and we will be there. It is day 2 of Wildcat Panther Week. Leib-Off Field at the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Moraga, Matt Wiesen with the call at the pitch pregame, taken to the air just before they start playing soccer at 7 o'clock tonight. Check it out. Wenatchee kept their unbeaten streak alive last night in prep volleyball. They beat Eastmont in straight sets. Panthers have yet to lose a set this season. 25-14, 25-12, and 15. The Wildcats get swept. Eric had the call right here on the NCW Life channel.
And we're a point from wrapping up this first set on a hot night in this gymnasium. People fanning themselves here throughout. Demergent with the service. Back line it goes. Eastmont is there and trying to get it back over. They do. Nice job by Staines. Now a little tap at the net by Wenatchee. A little out of sorts is Eastmont. Wenatchee with the return. Here's a set at the net and a kill and a point. And it will be Claire Demergent who gets the winner for Wenatchee. Corinne Davis clapping her hands trying to cheer her team on. Ava Jo Berry on the service. And down to a knee, and they're not able to get this one, and it'll be a point to Wenatchee and a set to Wenatchee as they take the second one, 25-12. Panthers up by 1. To a knee, good job by Eastmont. Gale to get that one back. There's a left-handed kill attempt up front for Wenatchee by Nell. They'll set it up for Eastmont, and the youngster, she gets it across. Now a little touch at the net by Wenatchee. Eastmont keeping it alive. And a touch by Wenatchee. Getting it across with the Wildcats. Wow, what a slow volley again. Ava Jo Berry with a reverse. Now, here's the ball at the net. Touched by Wenatchee. Eastmont keeps it alive, and a point to the Panthers. What a point it was! As they gave that point to Eastmont. Bennett, the freshman, gets it across. Back line it goes for Wenatchee. Here with a kill attempt to Sackman. Up front, getting it for Eastmont with Staines, keeping it alive. Now the kill attempt by Howe. Down to the floor goes Wenatchee, keeping it alive. Down to the floor goes Eastmont, keeping it alive. The kill at the net. It goes in, and a point to Eastmont. The service is deep and probably too deep, but Eastmont tries to return it, and it will sail out of bounds, and that'll be the match as Wenatchee sweeps aside their Cross River rival here tonight. But give credit to Eastmont for what a volley here on several occasions in this third set.
Afterwards, Eric caught up with Wenatchee's Ava Jo Berry and their coach, Jordan McGregor.
Congratulations on the win tonight. Talk about this set after set. You guys haven't lost a set so far this season. Is that a goal or is that a realistic goal?
We set a bunch of goals throughout the season, but one of our main one was to not lose a set in league, and so far we're on that track starting today. So yeah, it's exciting.
Talk about, I mean, you started as a freshman, and now you got these freshmen and sophomores that are coming in and contributing so much. How do you guys do that, and is it just throughout the Wenatchee Valley, you guys are like, okay, we're volleyball crazy?
I mean, we have a lot of young girls coming up, and it's really cool to see them improve and kind of see them go through the same thing that I went through. And the future of Wenatchee High School volleyball, I know, will still stay strong for the next few years because of all these young athletes.
I'm super proud of my girls. I was able to get everyone in, and they all have played their role, and I'm just super proud of how they did.
Talk about the bloodlines you have for all of these sisters and relatives and freshmen freshmen and underclassmen that are coming through for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We got 2 Demergent sisters out there. They both did a great job tonight. It's great.
Speaking of Demergent, I tell you, when Ava Jo Berry gets together with the elder Demergent and that set and kill, I don't know how you stop that.
Well, they've been playing volleyball together for a very long time, so they have a great connection. Yep.
Other scores last night in volleyball, your winners, Moses Lake earns a victory over Eisenhower, Kashmir Blake Zella, Ephrata swept 3 sets from Quincy, and Aniat downed Pateras. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 25 minutes after the hour. Happy National Peanut Day. Today, scientists believe that peanuts in their natural environment started in Brazil and Peru. They're not exactly sure, but they're pretty sure. South America, and then of course it grew from there. The Spanish discovered the New World and brought peanuts back with them, and then big game changer for the peanut was the Civil War. They were grown all over the battlefields, and they were a quick snack and full of protein, so both the Union soldiers and the Confederate soldiers scarfed down a lot of peanuts because they were right there. Now, of course, peanuts are all machined. You know, it's machines do everything. They plant it, they pick them, they process them. How many peanuts does it take to make an average jar of peanut butter, a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter, Skippy, Jip, whatever it is? How many peanuts does it take? About 540. And by law, in order for it to be called peanut butter in this country, it must be 90% peanuts. And I love peanuts. Love them. And I like to buy them in the shell and pop them in your mouth. That's the way to do it. Bring them to the ball game. I don't care if they make a mess. I don't have to clean it up. Happy National Peanut Day today in history. Happy birthday, kind of, to our national anthem. It was the turning point in the War of 1812, even though it was in September 13th of 1814. The British tried to capture Baltimore. They failed to do so. Francis Scott Key watched the whole thing and wrote a poem called The Defense of Fort McHenry, which is later set to music. The music, by the way, is British. And eventually it would become the Star-Spangled Banner. But Francis Scott Key sat there and wrote the poem that would become the lyrics to our national anthem on this date, September 13th, 1814. Speaking of wars, 161 years ago today, they found it. Special Order 191 from General Robert E. Lee. It was his entire battle plans. A soldier found it, wrapped in the cigar in an envelope. They had the key. They knew exactly what General Lee was going to do. Corporal Mitchell gave it to his superior, his sergeant. His sergeant gave it to his captain gave it to his colonel gave it to his brigadier general, and his brigadier general gave it to the guy in charge, George McClellan, said, "We know what Robert E. Lee is going to do." What did McClellan do? He blew it. First of all, he completely overestimated the size and the strength of Robert E. Lee's army. Robert E. Lee threw his entire army at the Battle of Antietam. And it scared George McClellan. He only threw half of his out there, which meant it was an even fight. And then he let him get away with it. Finally, Abraham Lincoln said, "Enough, George, you're out." George McClellan blew it, and he knew exactly what he was going to do. He also thought maybe it was a trap. They knew exactly what Robert E. Lee was going to do, and they didn't act on it. September 13th, 1862. 46 years ago today, General Motors decided they're going to get in the diesel game. General Motors announces the very first mass-produced diesel-powered American passenger cars. You can go out and buy the Olds 88, diesel-powered. They rolled them out on September 13th, 1977. It was a complete and utter disaster. They try to use gasoline engine parts in diesel. It just doesn't work that way. They didn't bother to teach the General Motors mechanics at their local dealerships how to fix it. They had head bolt issues. Then the price of gas went down. It set the idea of consumers buying diesel-powered automobiles back about 20 years because they rushed into it without really thinking it. It's one of the great fiascos, and it also brought about lemon laws. They went out and sold a bunch of 1978 Oldsmobile diesel automobiles that, quite frankly, sucked. They tried anyway. And happy birthday, Super Mario Brothers, baby. This was a game changer. Play this like crazy. Here we go. Mario. We're going to transverse the Mushroom Kingdom to rescue Princess Toadstool from Bowser. This was a game changer because you had all those enemies and stuff. The controls were fantastic. It's still one of the best-selling video games ever. More than 58 million copies have been sold. When I first got into this game, when it came out, back in the mid to late 80s. It was quite the release of endorphins when you got all the way through all of the different levels and you rescued Princess Toadstool from Bowser. Super Mario Brothers is released. Yeah, baby! Bottom of the hour, birthdays. The only American to be promoted General of the Armies in his lifetime. John J. Pershing. Blackjack Pershing, of course, led American forces in World War I. When we went over there to bail out the French and the British from the Kaiser, Pershing said, we're not going to be a part of your armed forces. We're going to be the Americans doing our own thing. And if you want to join us, great, but we're not going to be a part of yours. And that was the game changer. John J. Pershing, born in the state in 1860, served the United States Army for 60 years. It's pretty amazing. Jacqueline Bisset is 79 years old today. Still got a crush on her. Looks good for 79, too, I'll tell you that much. And the man who is the all-time postseason leader in RBIs. He has driven in more runs in the baseball playoffs than anybody in history. Bernie Williams is 55 years old today. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and a friendly reminder that the big fundraiser for the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is coming up 1 week from Saturday, but it's Winning Wednesday. Winner at ncwlife.com, up for grabs today, a $50 gift card from Mike's Meats at the Pybus Public Market. They've been there since day one. You don't believe me? Check it out. Continuing our profiles of the merchants who have decided to call Pybus Public Market home, Mike's Meats has been here since day one. Mike McKee's an old buddy of mine. I remember you back in the old, you're on North Wenatchee Avenue where the Eagles Lodge is, when you set up shop there, and everybody flocked because it was quality meat. And you've brought that quality right here to the Pybus Public Market from day one. You're one of the original clients.
Yeah, we were the first to sign on, and you know, it was a good move.
And here it is a decade later. You're still here.
Still here.
You're loyal clientele, and they're loyal for a reason. Mike, tell them about it.
Well, it's just quality. You know, we carry, you know, the best product available for the price. I mean, you know, we could be, you know, more premium product, but you know, we try to hit the center of the bullseye there.
And you did. The center of the bullseye is right here. Don't buy your meat from nothing wrong with Albertsons or something. I'm not going to cast aspersions on them, but if you're a true connoisseur of meat, the best stuff is right here.
Right.
There's no question about that.
Right. We work very hard to locally source our product. You know, we do a lot of pork with Hills down in Pendleton, Oregon. You know, our fish, Pacific Seafood, you know, always fresh. And then, you know, our chicken.
The best.
Yeah, it was Draper, and then they sold to Purdue, so you know, we transitioned through that. And then we carrying the Smart Chicken, and that's just a quality in its own.
What's it like to have a dream come true like this? To have your own place where you can put your passion into great food and make it work, and people pick up on that?
Yeah, it's rewarding. You know, basically my staff is what makes it happen down here. You know, I throw an idea on the table and they take it and run with it, but for the most part, it's them who really make it happen.
We're going to bring on Mike's partner in the beef delivery system. We're talking about Galloway premium stuff. We're going to talk about that. Jim is with us, right, gentlemen?
Yeah, our grower is, our rancher is here, Jason.
Jason,
and,
sorry.
Yep, and you know, I have from day one looked for a local source of beef, and you know, Painted Hills in its day was a very local, you know, Fossil, Oregon, but they have grown and it's gotten so big. I really lost control of where that animal comes from.
And you don't want that?
I don't. I want to know where it's coming from, where it's being processed, and you know, Jason and I have talked for quite a while before we actually made it happen. They had to up their animal count in order to service us, and so far it's been a great partnership. So we'll go ahead and bring Jason in, and he can explain to you, you know, why his beef is different and some options that we have with his product that I didn't ever have with Painted Hills.
He'll be joining me. One last thing before we cut you loose. I know it's summertime as we film this. Holidays are coming up. You do custom orders for people who want to make a big hunk of meat for the holidays. You do that. You can take care of them right here.
Yeah, you know, turkeys for Thanksgiving, and we do an all-natural turkey. And then, you know, we have people walk out of here with 2 arms full of prime rib, and you know, it's we're busy during that Christmas season.
But don't procrastinate. Get a hold of him and get that order in as early as you can, so Mike knows.
We take those orders starting December 1st.
December 1st. All right. When we come back, we're talking about the real deal, Galloway beef. Right after this.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, owner at Springwater Insurance Group. And did you know that you can change your plans more than once with no health questions asked of you? Now, are you paying more than $149 per month? Let's consider changing that same plan, but at a lower monthly premium. So give us a call and we can answer all your questions with no obligation to change your coverage. Springwater Insurance agents are here to answer all your Medicare questions. Call us at 509-888-2600.
Back here at Mike's Meat, Jason Galloway is joining us. If you're not familiar with Galloway beef, it's the Cadillac of beefs. Now, I have a hard time finding Galloway beef in the big cities. We have it right here in little old Wenatchee town, USA. What sets your meat apart from anybody else? I know, but you got to tell everybody else.
So what brought us together with Mike's is that our product is all from Washington State. Our cattle are raised in Yakima. They're fed on a natural finish ration in Othello, Washington, and then they're processed in Odessa, Washington, and then they come right here from there.
So that's what Mike was talking about going as local as he possibly can. But the meat is phenomenally good, incredibly tender.
So we feed our beef for quality as opposed to average. So the goal for our beef is that we have 100% choice, and that provides us with quite a few higher quality animals, and that's what ends up here at Mike's.
And you're picky about your customers. When you and Mike get together, you're not just going to sell your beef to anybody who will write you a check. You want to make sure it goes to the right people who know what they're doing.
That's correct. We like to partner with people who have similar ideas to us. We prefer to feed our neighbors, and Wenatchee is pretty close to a neighbor of Yakima.
And the cattle that you raise that turns eventually into this showcase right here, they're bred specifically to consume. I mean, they're not milking cows or working animals. They're to be eaten.
Correct.
And there's something to be said about that.
We're very particular about the genetics that we breed. We genetically test our cows and bulls and select for tenderness and marbling in that process.
to specifically improve the quality of the beef that we provide, as opposed to raising a bigger calf for a higher milking animal.
And take it from an expert, you can't mess this up. I mean, this meat is so good, even if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to come out with a really good steak or a really good hamburger because of the high quality of beef. It's all about quality, isn't it? Period.
It's all about quality.
And lean, super lean too.
And when you buy locally, you can ask the person that you're buying from how to properly prepare it if you don't know.
Exactly. That's the old saying. If you don't know what you're doing, ask the experts, because these guys here are the experts. Keep up the good work, and we're going to cut this interview short because I'm getting hungry. I'm going to buy me a steak. Come on down to Mike's Meats, one of the charter members here at the Pybus Public Market. Thanks for visiting with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Friday, September 29th. Check out the Reckless Ones coming up from Los Angeles.
This is Mike, Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, for some time, I've criticized some Christians and a church or two for some of their stances and practices, and I've been rebuked by other believers who accuse me of being divisive. And I've been lectured that I should only be supportive and promote unity. I'm also told that it's unchristian to be critical. Well, I have to wonder if some of those people have ever read the Apostle Paul's letters in the New Testament or some of the Old Testament prophets. Not in any way that I'm comparing myself to them, God forbid. Oh, gosh. But I think you get my point. And Jesus, the guy we're all saying we're following, now, who is it that he criticized? This is Mike, Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Whether you're just dipping your feet or plunging right in, boating with a Sylvan pontoon boat is the way to go at Bob File Boats and Motors. Sylvan pontoon boats offer performance, reliability, and stability to take you, your family, and friends to the water in style. Sylvan pontoon boats have a wide variety of styles and layouts to suit your needs. See the full line of Sylvan pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Hibis Public Market is on the move to make parking, dining, shopping, and events an even better experience for our community. Check out the progress that has already been made towards the revitalization. The Westside Project is well on its way, but we need your help to get over the finish line. All donations are greatly appreciated and can be made online at our website or in person at the business office. We want to thank those who have already partnered with us. You are helping make the place we love a better place for our community to meet.
Welcome back to the program. Every year, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society holds a traditional fundraiser, a big gathering, a big party, if you will. But for the last couple of years, it hasn't happened for any number of reasons. It's back this year on Saturday, September 23rd. It's called Poscars. It's a play on the Oscar Awards. James Pumphrey is the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. You're not going to get in trouble with the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences for stealing their name, are you?
I hope not.
When we throw the slide up, keep in mind that that is photoshopped. Dogs and cats do not wear tuxedos, but it is kind of cute.
It is cute, yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's back. You haven't had this in a while.
We haven't had it in a while, and we're really excited. It is our major fundraiser of the year, so it's a way for us to celebrate the good work of the Humane Society, celebrate our donors and our supporters, and highlight some humane heroes within our community that have really been supporting animals. Usually it's annually, but we're looking back in time and celebrating those folks that have helped us through the pandemic and get us back on our feet. And we're really excited. There will be good food, wine, some silent and live auction, as well as some champagne and just
dinner.
a good time and dinner. Yes,
yep.
Yes.
And you brought in Jesse Shapiro, and if you go, who's that guy? This guy, I know this guy because I went to a David Letterman taping when David was still doing his show, and he was the warm-up guy. He came up and warmed up the crowd before David came on board. Very funny, very energetic. You had a good auctioneer.
We're excited about Jesse joining the gala this year. So and hopefully for years to come, I think Jesse's going to be the right fit for us.
So talk about getting this thing launched again. Again, I was the MC for this for any number of years. A long time ago. Always a great time, always a lot of fun. Some things just have a natural shelf life. Maybe it was a good idea that you step back for 2 or 3 years and not do it, and then bring it back with some new ideas and new people and talent and stuff like that.
Yeah, getting sponsorships is really key. That helps to underwrite the gala itself, so that we can raise money for the Humane Society and our programs. We have the live and silent auction that's the fundraising component of the gala itself, and then our sponsors are really the ones that are helping to cover the cost of operating the gala.
My guess is it's not too hard to get people to donate stuff when you're talking about the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Hey, we have our big gala coming up on September 23rd. Can you donate some goods or services to help us out? My guess is that's not that hard of a sell.
We're very lucky to have a lot of supporters within the community and a lot of businesses that see the value of the Humane Society in our programs, and we're really grateful for their support. JBE Marketing has been partnering with us to hold the gala, and they're also one of our major sponsors. And
not surprised from Jennifer doing that, and no surprise there. Yeah.
And just seeing the community respond in this way to recognize the work that the Humane Society is doing to support pets and people, and that's really what we're looking for to message. The people within our community who own pets need the Humane Society. They need the pet pantry, the foster care when needed, and then also the shelter itself to support animals that people might need to give up. So we're really lucky to have a very supportive community.
And you brought up something very important. We've talked about this before. There are people out there. There are success stories. They are great animal people. When they take in a dog or a cat for their permanent home, the dog and cat is safe, it's taken care of, it's well fed, it's getting its shots, it's going to live a long and healthy and happy life and be a part of the family. And they were able to do that even though they couldn't afford it because, I can't afford can't afford to take the dog or cat to the vet, can't afford dog food, can't afford cat food, all that stuff. And there's ways around that. If you're a good person who can give a dog or a cat a good home, one way or the other, it's gonna work out, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the issues that we're trying to resolve, is that where there is human suffering, there is also typically animal suffering. And how can we be proactive to prevent that? How do we provide the resources like affordable veterinary care and accessible veterinary care, or behavioral resources, as well as just pet supplies. If we can help you get over a hump or a time of need and get you back on your feet, most people need help at some point in their lives, and we want to keep pets and people together.
But you've talked about this before, and you were not taking this job if the Wenatchee Valley did not have a reputation for being real good about animals, and we do for the most part.
Yes.
There's always there's always trouble spots. We know that, but for the most part, this area, when it comes to taking care of our four-legged friends, has a pretty good track record, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and I think that detailed by the sponsorships of the businesses within our community, and then just you go to some of our sponsors. You go to Earthwise or Firehouse on the weekends, and it's a bustling place. It really articulates that this is a pet-loving and pet-owning community.
And if you're a pet, this is a pretty good place to live. It's a good place to live for people as well, but pets as well. Let's talk about sponsorships. There's still some available now. The big thing is on September 23rd, so we're bumping up against some deadlines. But if you're willing to write James a big fat check, there's all kinds of cool stuff for you to be a sponsor. So before we get into selling tickets, let's get some sponsors on board. You can thank some that are already existing if you want, and maybe get a few more people to help out and sponsor some tables and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have tables available, so people can buy tables of 10, so 10 tickets for $1,000. We also have our gold level sponsor as well as our platinum level sponsor. All of that's available on our website. They can click on the front banner, WenatcheeHumane.org, and then click on the Gala 23, and that will take them right to the ticket sales as well as the sponsorship sales. And we do have a number of gold level sponsors that I would love to highlight.
Please do.
Yeah, Cascade Auto or
Steve and Jane. There you go. Again, just like Jennifer, they're going to step up to the plate.
Yeah, pet-loving folks, and really recognizing by supporting the Humane Society, they're really supporting their customers too, because their customers are pet-loving. Earthwise Pets, Pat Armstrong Ford, Pipkin Construction, 11 Residential, and JBE Marketing, and then North 40.
Again, it's so much easier for these businesses and individuals to say no than it is to say yes, but they choose to say yes and make it happen. And if you want to help sponsor a table, you mentioned the table of 10 for $4,000.
For $1,000.
For $1,000. I'm sorry.
Yep.
A little much. Maybe you should charge $4,000. You get together with 9 of your coworkers, whether you work at a big place or a small place. You got 9 coworkers. Everybody chips in. You get to sit around with people you know and have a good time. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun evening, and we think it's going to be something that people can enjoy together with their coworkers or their friends and family. It's a good time to connect with their community and community of folks that share their values of supporting pets and people.
Are you going to bring a few dogs with you for the big thing? Or
we have some surprises worked in. So yes, we're going to have some dogs and cats available. Yeah. So yeah.
Every dog and cat, every animal, horse, chicken, duck-billed platypus, I don't care, so long as it's somewhat domesticated, deserves a home, which is why we have the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society and the great work that they do. Again, it is Saturday, September 23rd. It is called Poscars. I got to make sure I get that right. And it says awards gala, so you're going to be handing out some hardware too, right? Some important people.
We are. We have some humane heroes in our community that we're going to highlight and speak to as to their good work, and also include some animals in that as well. How the Humane Society have helped to impact the lives of animals within our community.
They're a 501(c), which means they're entirely nonprofit. They can only spend what they can take in, and this is where you come in on Saturday, September 23rd. And again, WenatcheeHumane.org. It's right on the very top of the page. You can't miss it. And James, thanks for coming in, buddy. I know you're busy.
Thank you for having me.
Here's hoping you get real bored real quick, but I have a feeling that ain't going to happen, buddy. Oh, well. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere, so when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
All right, getting ready to send you on your way on this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, a winning Wednesday at that. Before we get to those final details, if you'll let me indulge in just a little shop talk. Ran a lot of errands yesterday, work-related, running around and doing interviews and stuff like that. And on our way back to the station, we dropped by the Fran's Bakery retail store on North Miller. Good folks, check it out. They have the Dan Kuntz seal of approval, if that means anything. The Fran's Retail Store. It's on North Miller, right by the railroad tracks. Go in there, say hi to Ozzy. Tell Ozzy Dan Kuntz sent you. But we picked up some donuts and energy drink, loaf of bread, and a couple of Fran's apple pies. And I brought the apple pies back to the office with me and did a few more odds and ends here at the station for about an hour or so before I called it a day. And when I left yesterday, the two apple pies that I bought at the Fran's Bakery outlet there were on my desk. And I got in this morning and they were no longer on my desk. Now, I believe trust is the underlying foundation of a thriving society. You know, we trust that when we're at a stoplight, the other person is going to do what they're supposed to do and not run a red light. Trust is important. And I don't want to cast aspersions upon any of my coworkers. I don't want to make any accusations that one of the people who I work with may have stolen or perhaps made off with the apple pies, Tucker Wagner. But I am a little disappointed that the apple pies that were on my desk yesterday when I left were no longer on my desk when I got home. Now, again, I don't want to accuse anybody, Tucker Wagner, of making off with the pies, but sure wanted to eat them today. Winning Wednesday, winner at ncwlife.com. You already saw the interviews with Mike McKee and his top beef supplier. $50 gift card to Mike's Meats at the Pybus Public Market. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. Send in your email, because if you don't enter the contest, you can't win the contest. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their media families are not eligible. Sorry, Tucker Wagner. And we'll do the drawing a little bit later on. $50 gift card to Mike's Meats. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't like sunshine and mild temperatures? Here's your forecast. 81, our high today. Lots of sunshine, light wind, perfect. Late summer day. We got 9 days of summer to go, and for the next 5.5 days, it's going to be summer. 84 on Thursday. Friday, 87 is going to be a beautiful night for the Eastmont Wenatchee football game at Lee-Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl. It's going to be almost summer-like. Our record high on Saturday is 92. That was set back in 1981. We may break that record on Saturday, slightly cooler on Sunday, and some big changes coming on Monday and Tuesday with maybe some much needed rain. Have a great Wednesday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.